Please. For this part of the drawing, here are some colors I would consider kind of singling out. Red, yellow, a pink, a purple, that does not look purple, and this is like a dark red. Those are the types of colors that you're looking for. Maybe an orange. So go ahead and find those colors. Get yourself kind of set up. If it's helpful, you can put them in more the middle of your table so you guys all have access to them. No, this is like a purple kind of color. It just looks blue up there. Again, when we work on the marker section, we're going to be thinking about our light and dark areas and also about all the different colors we see, not just red. When we learned about value with markers, we learned that you cannot change the value of a marker with pressure, right? You have to change it by layering. So what we're going to do is start with a pink marker first. And similar to what we did on our colored pencil section, we're going to kind of draw the shape of the highlight that we can see in this section. So if I look at the picture and at the bottom left corner of the picture, there's sort of this highlight here that I'm just roughly drawing in for now. Then I'm going to use a red marker, and everywhere outside my highlight, I'm going to kind of draw in with one layer of red. And I'm using the side of the marker, not the tip of the marker. The tip is going to give you a really thin line. The side is going to give you a thicker line. I'm also thinking about keeping my marks curved, just like the shape of the apple is curved. My markers were kind of running out, so I'm going to do another layer. I guess so. But you guys also have the nicer sets of markers. I just grabbed a box. Now I'm going to use a single layer of my pink color on my highlight. The pink is darker than my red. I'm going to use a peachy color instead, just because of the selection of markers I have. You should use pink. I tried a peachy color just because I didn't have a good pink. Maybe this one will work better. Yeah. So I've got kind of a pink and my red. I'm going to make my red, if this works better, a little darker too. Now just because like the nature of markers, this is not going to be as smooth looking or as realistic looking as the colored pencil, and that's okay. I'm going to go a little bit fast because we're towards the end of class. So next I'm going to take a darker red and I'm going to fill in any areas of my red section that look a little bit darker with a layer of the darker red. And I can also layer this red on itself a little bit to make it even darker, because with markers, remember, we can layer just to create a darker value. I'm also going to use that darker red to create any kind of like spots that are darker on the surface of my apple. So like down in my highlight, there are some darker spots there that I might want to add in to make it look a little bit more accurate. Or kind of use some thinner lines to blend my highlight in with the darker part of my apple. Just to be honest with you, I'm really not happy with mine, you guys, because I don't have like great colors. I'm going to use another layer of pink to try to make my highlight a little bit deeper. And I'm going to add a little bit of a darker kind of red at the bottom where there's some shadow. Now I'm going to take my purple color. I know you're still working, but please also listen. And I'm going to use my purple to make any dark spots really dark. It's not going to look smooth and blended, and that's okay. And I'm using kind of short lines to create my dark areas, so I have a little bit of control. And then I'm going to come in with my orange and my yellow anywhere that I want to change the tone. So like the tone of my pink at the bottom is really like cool toned. I'm going to use an orange kind of peachy color over it to warm it up a little bit. And anywhere that I see any bright spots, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to kind of brighten that up too. Mine doesn't look good either. If you squint at it, you should be able to see light, medium, and dark kinds of values, even if it's not very blended. Now here's a trick with markers, like the markers we're using right now that are water-based markers. You can take a paintbrush with water and kind of blend them together to make a smoother look. So if we had more time, that's probably what I would do next, is like take a brush and kind of go over some of these things to blend them together a bit more. But this is the idea of how you would lay your color down with marker. We have about 1.5 minutes left of class. In that time, I'm going to have you please put the markers back into the